I'm an American social worker living and working in the UK. It has been a very long time since I've given any social work updates on my YouTube page, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about how things have been since I've been in London for the past year. So I came to London on a skilled worker visa in 2024. We're now approaching the end of 2025. I work as a social worker with a local authority in London, and I work on an adults localities team. So that basically means that I do long-term case management, which can range anything from doing Care Act assessments to mental capacity assessments. It could include Section 42 cases where you're investigating a safeguarding concern or raising a safeguarding concern. I've gone into the hospitals to do a Care Act assessment there to make sure they're sent home with a package of care. I've also done deputyship cases where you have to file all of the Court of Protection forms to the Court of Protection through the local authority who is going to be applying for a deputyship for a person who has lost capacity and is unable to manage their finances. I think being on a localities team, if you're coming into England for the first time to do social work, is a perfect team to be on because you get a little bit of everything. And I think that that's been a lovely experience to learn and kind of interact with the other teams and kind of see what they do to best help you decide if you wanted to stay on a localities team, or if you felt like you might be better in a hospital team, or you may want to try out a mental health team. Overall, I think social work in England is pretty cool. I think the only downside, especially as somebody coming from the US, is that social work here is very much tied into government. Either the social worker is going to be at a local authority or they're going to be in the NHS. In the US, social workers can work for insurance companies, they could be writing policies for the state, they could be working in nonprofits as program directors or even the executive directors. So we have a little bit more of a broad approach. The other thing I will say is, although they don't have that in the UK, that doesn't mean that a social worker can't apply to, head an NGO with social work skills. So there is a little bit of leeway there, but of course, if you're coming on a visa, then you're a little bit more limited, especially if you're on a skilled worker visa, where you are limited to the employer that is sponsoring your visa. The other thing I'll touch on lightly is that things with the skilled worker visas are changing. The UK is right now in consultation stage before putting it into law, but there are many talks about changing indefinite leave to remain or permanent residency in the UK for skilled worker visa holders from 5 years to 10 years. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.